Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a conversation about probably the fitness story of the year, right? Good old Jeffy boy, Jeff Nippard, alright, has been pushed by Mike Van Wyck, one of the bodybuilders and trainers over at Pure Muscle and Strength, or former, because apparently he's been fired now. Here's my thing, right? Let's talk about bias. What exactly is bias? Let's break down the word, shall we? Unfairly prejudiced for or against someone or something. Now, why do I bring up the word prejudiced or biased? Maybe it's because I done heard so many opinions on this one specific subject that at this point I feel like I might be able to write a book on it. Every opinion that I've heard on this clearly is coming from a place where you are putting yourself in the shoes or empathy, right? Or maybe it's because many of the takes that I'm hearing from people are some of the most ridiculous and completely unfounded takes that I've ever heard in my life. I heard one dude say something like,
clearly Jeff isn't from a place where words have consequences.
If by words have consequences, you mean you might get throat punched if you disagree with somebody, I guess, but that's a weird world of consequences. I would hate to have gone to school wherever you went to school, where apparently you couldn't say, nah, I don't think that, or somebody might stone cold stunner you. Listen, bro, let's break down the truth. Jeff Nippard is a YouTuber, all right? He's an Instagram influencer, and he's just a content creator at the end of the day. Then Mike is also a content creator, and in the world of content creation, you are making everything for the internet, and everything that you say is on the internet, as in it's a matter of public opinion. People can disagree with you, people can agree with you. What that doesn't give you the right to do is put your hands on people if they disagree with you. The reason why I feel like I have to even talk about this is because specifically in the fitness space, there is something called toughness bias, right? Where people would like to identify with the thing that seems like it's the more machismo thing, it's the tougher thing, it's the more street thing. I'm a street tough, I'm hood, I'm all of these other things, right?
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, wrapped in plastic. It's fantastic.
It's like, bro, you lift heavy circles. Shut up. You lift heavy circles the same way the dweeb from the middle of nowhere also lifts heavy circles. And that's not me calling Jeff a dweeb either. I'm just saying anybody who's gotten into the gym, we all started doing this for relatively the same reasons. We wanted to change our self-image. We wanted to improve our self-confidence. We wanted something. Now, your methodology for getting to whatever it is that you want to get to, that is your methodology. And it's your right to share whatever that methodology for getting to your specific goal was. Nobody has an issue with that. Except for apparently Mike. Apparently, if you like science,
well, I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
You are the exact opposite of some bald dude in Canada with a tattoo on his head. And you know what? Big whoop. Who cares? Giving a bunch of them Canadians a bad name, bro. Y'all make y'all look like y'all can't handle even the tiniest bit of criticism, bro. I don't care what your beef is. You don't get to just put your hands on people just because you feel like putting your hands on people. And how do I know that? Because if the roles were even a tiny little bit reversed, everybody would be like, oh man, Jeff was definitely in the wrong for that one. If Jeff just walked up on Mike, as big as Mike is, and then Jeff just randomly just decided to kick him in the stomach, and even if Mike wasn't hurt, you know what people would be saying? Yo, Jeff is definitely in the wrong for that, bro. He definitely shouldn't have said nothing like that. Just cause a dude disagreed with your science-based approach to training, really? And you know what? Those people would be right. The same way that the people who saying right now that Mike is in the wrong are also right, bro. I've been to a lot of different gyms. If every single time that I had a disagreement with somebody, I had to go to blows, then the gym is no longer a place where I could just chill out, a place where I could relax, a place where I could take my mind off of things, a place where I could literally improve myself. It's officially an octagon. It's a boxing ring. It's a literal mat. And only people who don't understand that are the people who are trying way too hard to look tough. Newsflash, bud. You are an influencer. That is not tough. I'm sorry. I don't care, bro. All the tough people, they in jail for doing things that would have put them behind bars and they are still in there right now. Stop acting like, bro, I don't get it. I hate to see it though, especially when it comes to bodybuilding. Like, bro, bodybuilding is one of those sports where it's like I have a great appreciation for it, but you know what it is? I'll tell you exactly what it's like. It's like anime. So let me explain. Anime is one of those things, one of those niches where there are so many cool people inside of that space. There's so many good things to watch. There's so many good manga to read. There's a lot of really cool things about being inside of the anime community. And then there's the people who make the anime community suck. The people who walk around with body pillows, crusty body pillows. There's the people who make anime communities look like a bunch of degenerate weirdos. Those people. If the face of the anime community was just a bunch of people who kind of just seem like normal people, even though those people are a part of those communities, then nobody would really have an issue with it. Bodybuilding is very similar in that way. Instead of it being just like the face of it being a bunch of just really nice people, the people who wind up getting way more energy and way more time and way more spotlight tend to be some of the worst people in the space. Some of the people where you'd be like, bro, like, I never would want to be a part of this thing. You mean to tell me that, like, y'all spend copious amounts of time, months, years at a time, hyped up on a ridiculous amount of compounds and substances so that you can get on stage in front of a bunch of dudes, borderline butt naked, and then get judged for your assets? Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, when I describe it that way, it sounds literally terrible. But there's a lot of really cool people in bodybuilding. There's a lot of really cool people in the fitness world. There's a very adult way to talk about those things. The problem is a lot of the people who people want to listen to tend to be the more hyperbolic people. The person who is not the guy who's telling you, hey, you know, you don't actually have to do this. It's instead the guy who's giving you one of the most like left, right, black, white, like yes, no answers for something that is not 100% that kind of a thing. As are a bunch of different things in the world of fitness, bro. There's a lot of people who have a lot of expertise in a bunch of different areas. In fitness, those things tend to blend over into the world of sports. And there's a lot of people who have a lot of information on sports science as well. And sometimes those people don't agree. The difference is in the world of fitness, specifically when it comes to influences, there's a bias that comes along, and it's called aesthetics bias. So if you feel like you just look better than this person, you just feel like people should just not listen to whoever this other person is. And it's like, okay, bro, if that's the way that you feel, okay, cool. But if people don't want to do that, then they don't have to do that. And you making it to where they just feel like they should just have to is actually you being a bitch. That has nothing to do with that other person that you disagree with. It has everything to do with you. You got a weird ego problem. Deal with it. Fix it. And while I'm at it, let me cover this. I understand being there for your friends. I understand wanting to have some sense of loyalty. I understand standing by people in very bad times. I get that. What I don't get is blatantly lying for them and then coming out of nowhere and trying to make it seem like what happened in the situation isn't what happened in the situation. And yes, I'm talking about Fuada, but whatever his name is, bro. Like, I'm talking about him, bro. Like, bro, I don't care that you want to be loyal to this dude. That's good. I'm happy that you're a really, really good friend in that regard. Can you be a good enough friend to let him know, hey, bro, you kind of effed up because now I'm in this spot where a bunch of people are now looking at me and my business crazy? Can you go, hey, it would be nice if you would apologize eventually? Just saying, bro. Fitness is one of the weirdest spaces in the world. And now I am talking about some of that stuff myself. Look, I'm not some like completely spotless soul. Not at all. But at the same time, right is right, bro. Like, chill out. Sit down. Drink a protein shake. I'm self-made Zay, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Black mask on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, get a free throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him free bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas?